In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Welcome to our in-depth exploration of the event of unprecedented significance unfolding on the world stage. South Africa, a nation known for its past struggles against injustice, has recently taken a bold step and launched a case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, or ICJ for short. The accusation? Genocide in Gaza. The term genocide carries a weight of historical horror and is not used lightly in international law. This conflict has resulted in a tragic but not equal loss of life on both sides, with approximately 2,000 Israelis and over 20,000 Palestinians deleted. South Africa also took a decisive step by suspending diplomatic ties with Israel, further intensifying the situation and the severity of it. The spotlight then shifted to the ICJ, a key player in this unfolding drama, and the world held its breath as the court deliberated. Now the court has spoken. In a landmark decision, the International Court of Justice has issued a ruling in favor of South Africa's case against Israel, ordering Israel to do all in its power to prevent genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. This ruling is monumental not just for South Africa and Israel, but for the global community as a whole. It sends a clear message that genocide, one of the most egregious of human rights violations, cannot and will not be tolerated. The world has watched as South Africa stood up, and now the world watches as justice takes a step forward. But what led to this pivotal stand? And what are the far-reaching implications of this significant ruling? As we delve deeper into this complex issue, I invite you to join and subscribe as we reveal the layers of this global event. In this global drama, nations are choosing sides. Interestingly, China has voiced its support for South Africa's stance. China, as one of the world's most influential countries, has thrown its weight behind South Africa. This support is not just a diplomatic maneuver, it's a statement that resonates on a global scale, echoing across the corridors of power and shaking the very foundations of the Eurocentric social order. China's supportive statements are significant. They serve as a testament to their belief in the validity of South Africa's case against Israel and their willingness to back a country taking a stand for justice. This is a country with a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, a country whose decisions and actions reverberate across the continents. By lending their voice to South Africa's cause, China is amplifying their call for justice. But why has China chosen to support South Africa's stance? The reason could be myriad. Perhaps it's a strategic move designed to bolster their image on a global stage. Or perhaps it's an ideological alignment, a shared belief in justice and the rights of oppressed people. Regardless of the reasons, the impact is clear. China's support adds weight to South Africa's case, making it more difficult for the world to dismiss or ignore it. What does this mean for the situation at hand? With China's backing, South Africa's case gains momentum. It sends a message to the world that it's not just a fringe issue, but a matter of global concern. It also adds pressure on Israel and its allies to respond and engage with the accusation. But the implications go beyond just this case. China's support could mark a shift in global power dynamics. In the face of this conflict, we're beginning to see shifts in the global social order. This isn't just a case of South Africa versus Israel, or even accusations of genocide. This is a moment that could potentially redefine the balance of power on a global scale. For centuries, the world has operated under a Eurocentric social order, where Western countries, primarily those with European roots, have held the reins of power. They've dictated the narrative, defining what is just and what is not, who is right and who is wrong. But now we're witnessing a potential shift in this dynamic. South Africa, a country that has itself experienced the brutalities of apartheid, is challenging this order. They're not just standing up to Israel, they're standing up to the Eurocentric worldview that has long dominated international relations. And they're not alone. They found an ally in China, a global powerhouse that's been steadily gaining influence over the past few decades. This isn't just about the Israel-Palestine conflict anymore. This is about the potential for a shift in power, a break in the Eurocentric stronghold. As we look at this unfolding situation, it's essential to ask ourselves, what could this mean for the future? Could this case, this moment of defiance, be the crack that begins to crumble the current social order? Could we be on the precipice of a new global dynamic, one that's more balanced, more inclusive, and more reflective of the diverse world we live in today? Could the voices of the marginalized, the oppressed, the overlooked finally find a platform on the global stage? Could freedom bloom in these cracks like a rose through the concrete? could a new social order emerge? As we stand at the precipice of change, the question remains, what could a new social order look like? A new social order is not just about shifting power structures or changing geopolitical alliances. It's about envisioning a world where justice, equality, and peace are not just ideals but realities. It's about challenging the status quo and daring to imagine a different future, one where every nation, regardless of its size or economic strength, has a voice that matters. These recent events show us that the world is not static. The pendulum of power is always in motion, swinging back and forth. Nations once at the periphery are now stepping into the spotlight, boldly raising their voices against injustice. South Africa's stance against the Israel-Gaza conflict and the subsequent support from the International Court of Justice and China is a testament to this shift. This potential new social order may not be Eurocentric. Instead, it could be parity, where East, the West, the North, and the South all have equal say. It might be a world where conflicts are resolved not through force, but through dialogues, understanding, and mutual respect. However, this change won't come easy. It demands courage, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of justice. It requires us to challenge our biases, to listen, to understand, and most importantly, to act. And remember, every action, no matter how small, can create ripples of change. As we move forward into this uncertain yet promising future, it's crucial to stay informed, to understand the complexities of our world, and to seek out different perspectives. Because change, as they say, is the only constant. As we close this chapter, remember to hit the subscribe button and check out our other videos to stay informed on the ripples of change shaping our world.